what more can we say? Birmingham's the team. Down at St Andrews, we are lost supporters of our team. We chanted Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's see you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed road when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
First of all, welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. Here we go. Sponsored by Boyle Sports, Garrison Coffee Company, Blues Trust and SAS Auto, supporting PTSD and lots of other local charities. A great win for the Blues on Saturday and a great show we had yesterday. We'll talk about those in a minute, but tonight introducing the team, we have the one and only Mrs. Brown.
Good evening.
Mr. Adams.
Hello, everybody. Good evening.
The one and only Mr. Sheen, Paul Hipkiss.
Good evening, all.
Now, I'm not so sure if Joe's still here or not. Is Joe still about?
He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Be back shortly. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing blues legend that is, was, and always will be the one and only Marlon King.
Good evening.
Yeah,
How you doing, guys?
Good, Marlon. Yourself? You're streaming all the way from Zambia.
Yeah.
We cover
Nice, sunny Zambia.
We cover all corners of the earth on this show. Okay, so we've got a couple of games to talk about. Mark, I'll take you first. The Norwich game.
Well, didn't really lay a glove on them, did we? Really? It was kind of a free hit in many ways. It was just a routine. Well, I don't know what to say. Really, it was not a lot to take from it. It's just a routine, easy win in the end for Norwich.
Yeah, we wasn't expecting.
I'm struggling.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
struggling to think of anything to say about that one.
Yeah.
I think the subs, Mark, when it was about the subs on against Norwich, I thought we were doing ever so well until he took off two attacking players for two defensive players.
Baffling.
Yeah,
it's absolutely baffling. I don't know. I'd love to know what advice does he get from his backroom staff? Because can't they see what we can see?
Yeah,
I just don't get it. Very, very frustrating.
Will be Joe calling.
Paul,
let's go on to the game the weekend then, mate, because we turned around a 1-0 deficit to take all 3 points from that at the death.
Yeah.
And we looked a lot brighter.
Yeah, I thought it was very well deserved over the 90 minutes and a brilliant goal from Alilovic to win it for us as well. And this time it was the subs that made the difference. Yeah. Alilovic gets the winner. So, I think it was a tale of two sort of substitutions, weren't it? Like across the two games, if you like, or the multiple subs that he made. I think last week was on the bad side, obviously. I think it lost us the game because I thought we were doing all right until he made them substitutions. And then on Saturday, I'm not going to lie, I did think, what's he doing here now when he brought him on? But, when he brought Roberts on and, brought Alilovic on as well. And I thought, is this going to backfire again? But thankfully, we managed to, I know we were 1-0 down anyway at the time, but thankfully it was the difference. I thought we were much better in the first half. Their keeper only had one meaningful save to make, don't mind. But, I think we are getting better. And obviously when you take 2 wins now out the last 3, I don't want to talk too soon, but you'd like to think now we've turned a little corner and we're starting to go in the right direction.
I thought, going back to that, Paul, I thought Pedersen was superb on Saturday.
Yeah,
I think both I thought Colin had a good game as well.
I've got to say, though, I I think Clark Salter at the back is making a big difference since he's come in. I don't think it's a coincidence. It seems that we seem to have improved since he's come into the team as well, because he's a good player, isn't he? Yeah.
It's onwards and upwards to Tuesday night now, then Huddersfield away. So we'll talk about that one a bit later. But Marlon, tell us what you're doing nowadays, buddy.
Something totally different from football. I've got my own construction company, so a real estate company. So I've got heavy machinery, plant machinery that goes into the mines. Excavators, dozers, dumper trucks, and just buying property, land, as I've always done, even when I was playing football. So just expanded on that and taking it across the other side of the world to Zambia, where my wife was born.
Cool.
Something.
Did you build your own house, Marlon?
Yeah, I did actually. The one I'm living in now, we built from scratch. My wife managed to stretch my wallet a bit further. We started off with about 6,500 square foot. It ended up being 10,000 square foot. So
wow.
I won't be doing that again.
Do you, Marlon? Do you miss the chant that we had about you?
Do you know what? It's it flashes up now and again. You get these reminders on. I only joined Instagram maybe 6 months ago. I've never really been bothered about it. It's my kids. They always ask me stories and stuff. So when I tell them, like, Dad, we got to get you on Instagram. So they kind of encourage me to come on and they post up pictures and stuff. So I see like things flash up and like old games on YouTube, and it's just I don't miss it in a sense of I would love to go back and play, but you do miss the day-to-day banter and mixing with the fans and things like that. Just going in every day and just having a laugh and doing something that you love.
It was a brilliant laugh.
Yeah, it was. It's as I said, to wake up every day and do something that you love and enjoy. It's especially when you're doing well for a club and the fans they really get on with you and stuff. It just makes life easier. I suppose it's like any workplace, isn't it? If you hate your gaffer, you don't really want to go in, do you? So when you do, if you do get on with your gaffer, then whether you're a bin man or whatever it is, it makes life easier when you can get up in the morning and have a bit of banter with the lads,
Yeah, definitely. And I think for me, Marlon, that season that you played for us as well, obviously, the first season after we went down and we played in Europe after winning the Carling Cup was just a special season, and certainly in my most enjoyable season since we've been relegated in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it was the most. It was a weird season because it was like, would you have swapped getting promoted in the playoffs or would you have taken Europe?
What you mean, as in winning the Europa League?
Yeah, it was kind of like it was a nearly season, wasn't it? Because in Europe, it was goal difference that we missed out on the final stages.
Yeah.
Any other season we'd have gone through, yeah.
This is what I was speaking to Curtis Davis, and it's like that season was like the nearly season, but if you look at the amount of games, it was like nearly 60 games. So I just feel like when we got to Blackpool, I think it was more of a burnout, to be honest, because we were doing like sometimes Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. It was like 3 games in a week, and it was playing catch up. So it was watching other teams win, and it knew we had to get result because even you got that mentality. Even though you've got 4 games in hand, I think 4 or 5 games in hand with it, where at times you still got to get through them. And then when you see teams mentally like leaving you points, even though you can make it up, it's still quite difficult to keep pace. So it was a weird season, but it was a great season for me anyway. I'm sure the fans enjoyed it, especially Brian.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That partnership that you had with Chris Wood as well that season was excellent, wasn't it? You linked up really well.
Woody's. He's gone on to prove how good of a striker he is. He's just a natural goal scorer. And me and him used to stay out in training, do extra shooting practice. Me, Redders. We just used to stay out, Berkey, just get the mannequins and just do shooting all the time. And it just showed the level of competition when I think it was Millwall away he got 2 and I got 3. So we were still having a personal battle, you know, because when he first came, he was in the team and I was kind of getting my fitness because I had a knee injury. So I was looking at him and he was scoring all these goals, and I was still thinking to myself, I'm gonna catch you up. I'm still gonna get more goals than you this season.
Yeah, and that was the season. That was the season that Zigic scored 4 at Leeds as well, wasn't it? Leeds away, he scored 4 at Leeds away.
I didn't go to the game. I remember watching the result, and he annihilated. The boys were telling me he annihilated them. It was unplayable, that game. But Ziggy can do that when he's ready to turn it on. You know, great lads. He's frustrating because you know what he can do, but he turns up at the right times, as he did for the Carling Cup. And I suppose that's why he's a legend at the club. You know, he didn't score 15, 20 goals, but he popped up at the right times.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, lots of comments in, Paul. Firstly, we're going to go with this one. Gaynor Robinson's asking, can Marlon help to rebuild St Andrews? I don't know whether you've heard Marlon, but the Top and the Tilton have both been condemned.
I don't think the owners would let me, to be honest. I don't think they wanted to.
Kev Tomlinson wants to know, how would you describe your time at Blues?
I loved it. I loved it, and I think it was. I remember playing against Birmingham for Gillingham in a cup game years ago, and I was on the bench. I was only a youngster, and I remember coming on, and you guys made it very, very clear to me that you didn't know who I was, because I came on, said my name, and everyone went. And I was like, where the hell am I, man? And that was the time you guys were in the Prem, so you getting full houses. You know, it's like St Andrews is quite a tight knitted ground, and it was just, I just remember it. But Coventry played you in the FA Cup, and you guys walked away 3-2 winners. Yeah, I just, you know, the atmosphere, and you know, I just loved it. And then obviously coming down and the way the fans took to me was brilliant. So. No,
you scored against us a couple of times, didn't you, Marlon? I remember you scored against Gillingham.
Yeah, and then
the Coventry game.
Coventry game, and I just came out the hotel, which we'll call the hotel prison, and signed I signed for local rivals, and then. It was one of those ones where I had to go in the game to try and shut the fans up early. So I just made it apparent. I think I stuck it on someone. I don't know if it was Roger Johnson to score my first goal. I had to set my stall out, and that's the thing. When you go to grounds like St Andrews, you go to the Den. You've got to make your mark early, because the fans can really get to you. If you're not mentally tough, they can break you down.
Yeah. We don't hang around, mate. But I'll tell you what, it's really nice to see that really big smile on your face when you talk about St Andrews as well, because we all miss it terribly. Stephen Gill wants to know, what was the dressing room like after the Club Bruges victory? Oh, Joe's back. Hello, Joe.
He's only just noticed.
All right, Joe.
Hello, Marlon.
It was just an unbelievable game, and do you know what? I think it was more for the atmosphere you guys created at Bruges. It was
something else.
You're talking about the away game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And where Woody scored the last minute goal.
Yeah. You whipped it in, didn't you? You assisted that.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like that away from home, in terms of being. I mean, you play international football and that, but to have so many fans travel like that and make the home team seem like the away team, that night I will never forget. And the way we did it, because I don't think, if I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, that they've ever lost to an English team at home.
First time.
So we knew how good they were, especially at home. The first goal, I think, was it a blooper from...
Colin Doyle,
Colin Doyle, wasn't it? Yeah.
From Doyle, he went to kick it and it bobbled, and it went in, I think. So we was like, bloody hell, backs up against the wall a bit. Their fans started getting loud, and then we got the equaliser, and then we just grew in confidence. Gaffer brought me and Woody on, I think, because me and Woody were on the bench. I'm sure. We didn't start that game.
No, I don't think you did.
Me and Woody came on.
Yeah.
I think it was me, because what the gaffer was trying to do, he's trying to reserve. Chris Hughton was trying to reserve players for the whole season because he knew we had a chance of going back in the Premier League. So he didn't want to burn everyone out. So if you notice, he rotated his squad. Yeah. And we came on last, 20 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. But we didn't start that game. And then I just remember getting the ball at the wing. He went 3 up front. And then I spun the defender, just whipped it in, and Woody does what he does best, and he just nicked in the box and toe-poked it in. It was a quality finish, to be honest.
Superb cross.
Yeah, the celebration was mad.
Nigel, to know, did you see Ricky Otto in the hotel reception?
No, I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately. But look, these things happen. You've got to think to yourself, like, football players are human beings like everybody else. You was just discussing PTSD, mental health issues, and it's becoming apparent now that a lot of footballers are dealing with things outside of football. It's just
so right.
I think with social media now, it's kind of just magnifying it a bit more. And I wish I had spoken more about what was going on with me off the field. Where you could possibly avoid getting yourself into problems. But I had a self-destructive kind of personality. When things were going right, it didn't seem normal for me. So
you had the first one.
Yeah, look, as I said, you will get people that won't get in trouble or scared of the law, but they're still struggling mentally. My pal Clarky Carlisle, he tried to kill himself a couple of years ago, and this is a guy, he's super intelligent, but he had a lot of mental issues, which he's dealing with now. So, as I said, it just shows sportsmen and people that people perceive to be role models and idols are just normal people, just living their life through the camera lens.
Yeah.
I think you can be as physically strong and as fit as you like, but I think the mind is the most powerful muscle in your body, isn't it?
100%.
That's why, man, it's good to talk. It's good to talk. And don't be afraid and don't be ashamed.
100%.
It's not like when I was brought up in the 1960s, it was a woman's problem. Right?
1960s? I thought you're not 35.
That's even before me.
In the 80s.
I was born in 1961. I don't think I've ever told anybody that before. Craig Masters wants to know, Marlon, would you consider going into management?
No chance. Not for me.
There you go, Craig. You made your answer.
No, Craig, I wouldn't. I've never considered it. I don't have the patience. And I don't know. I've just been one of those players that always wanted to challenge myself at something different. So I've had my, that chapter of football's gone. So even when I was playing football, I was preparing for the end of my career. My wife, when I was injured or whatever I was going through, she was, I was sending her to auctions to buy properties and stuff like that. So we already mentally prepare ourselves, because if you put all your eggs in one basket, when it does come to the end, you don't know, as you come back to it, you don't know how to prepare yourself for something different that's out of your choice. So you might want to be a manager and a coach, but the opportunities are not there. Yeah. So what do you do with yourself? How do you preoccupy the mind, so to speak, about adjusting your circumstances? And that's another thing we don't get taught as sportsmen, life skills. It's like, here's all this money, here's the phone, crack on. Especially when I was growing up, we didn't get taught to speak about our issues or what was the psychological side of things. And you get all this attention and you don't realize what's happening to you, and things just happen so fast. And it's,
quite a few people are asking, Marlon, what was your favourite goal for us, and what was your favourite moment as well? A couple of people have asked across various questions. So your favourite moment for Blues and favourite goal, yeah.
Do you know what? I'm going to go to the moment first. I'm going to say playing Millwall in a pink kit at the Den. No, because you know why I say that? Because I got released by Millwall when I was a youngster, because obviously being a Peckham lad, Bermondsey was on my doorstep. So I never made the grade with them. So I had to start again, go to Dulwich Hamlet and start the non-league kind of route. And I have never played a league game or a friendly against Millwall and not scored. So to go there in a pink kit, get that absolute abuse ripped out of me, being 3-0 down, and then to come back and to score a hat-trick, to walk away with the match ball and a point was quite satisfying for me. My favourite goal, I'm probably going to have to say it is probably the volley at Burnley away.
Yeah, that was a great goal.
I think
Good finish that was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was. And if you looked at how it was mapped out, you could actually see Wade Elliott going like that to Ziggy, pull off, because you're 8'1", and then I just told Ziggy to flick it, and then it was like the last few minutes, and we beat Burnley away. And if you look at the teams who were playing, they've kind of gone on to establish themselves as Premier League teams. So that season had a really, really strong teams. Yeah, Brighton, Leeds, who else could, Wolves. I mean, it was a very, very strong season. So we had to play a lot of games, contend with Europe Cup games, and also try and get in the playoffs. So we kind of achieved quite a bit in that season. I'm sure for the fans, it was a great roller coaster as well.
Yeah,
sorry, Paul. I was going to say, going to the matches, you actually look forward to going to the games because you knew you'd stick us some goals. It wasn't like a chore. You look forward to every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. We created loads of chances, didn't we, that season? We were scoring goals for fun, weren't we? Yeah. I think that the season under Gary Monk was the most goals we'd scored since that season, in a season, if that makes sense. But yeah, for me, I was just going to ask you, was Chris Wood the best? Would you say he's your favourite ever strike partner in your career, Chris Wood? Or did you prefer playing with anybody else throughout your... Because I guess you played in a lot of 4-4-2s, didn't you?
Yeah. I tell you who was class. I don't know if you remember Rod Wallace.
Yeah.
I played with him in Gillingham. His movement and his finishing was unbelievable. Yeah. And I know Gillingham are not the biggest club, but he kind of taught me a lot of things about movement and finishing. He used to take me, do one-on-one sessions. It's Dukey. I played with Dukey up front at Cov. We was together at Cov. He was a bit younger than me, and he's a handful. Darius Henderson's a handful. I played with how can I say, like, wingers, like the front three. So you might have Nathan Redmond, might have Ashley Young. So I've been shuffled about quite a bit. Woody was just a natural, old school centre forward, head, left foot, right foot. He's like a Alan Shearer kind of mould. Hold up play, very broad shoulders, great in the air. Not the quickest, but deceptively quick. And he's gone on to prove it from Burnley. I'm quite surprised nobody else ain't snapped him up. But no, he was quality, and he's gone on to have a great career.
And when you was playing for Hull City, I was the company I worked for at the time had a box at the Emirates. Yeah. And I was the only person really that liked football that could take customers for corporate hospitality. So I was with the prawn sandwich brigade at the Emirates, like probably about 9 or 10 times in the 2008-9 season, and the season you was playing for Hull. And Giovanni scored that worldie for Hull, and I think you won 2-1, didn't you? Hull beat them 2-1.
Yeah, we beat them 2-1.
And that was some goal, wasn't it, from Giovanni?
But that's what this is what I'm saying. He's another kind of Ziggy mold. Like training, don't forget about it. Don't get frustrated. Just leave them till match day. Let them have their own little rituals, and they'll pop up with something. Gio, he was the same, and he scored against Spurs. I think we were like second or third up until Christmas, and we were the first team to ever beat Arsenal at the Emirates. And I support Arsenal, so I was kind of buzzing and not kind of So,
how did you react when we won the Carling Cup then, Marlon, when Obafemi Martin?
I was gutted. I was gutted. I was smashing my TV to bits. I was absolutely. When Martins pulled up with that win, I was like, nah.
You would, Marlon, you would have enjoyed our Carling Cup special yesterday. You'd have loved it.
But you know what? It got me to play in Europe. So
cool.
So
every cloud and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it you know. It was another reason why I signed for Birmingham, because I've never played in Europe. I played in every single league, and majority of World Cup qualifiers, different playoffs, different competitions, but Europe never played in. So that was another attraction, and it was weird because Alex McLeish signed me and then buggered off.
We had a Tilton Talk Carling Cup special yesterday, featuring Lee Bowyer, Roger Johnson, and Cameron Jerome joined us as well.
Oh, wicked!
Really good.
Cam's a good lad. They're all good lads. I mean, Lee Bowyer I played against a few times. Jono was there when I first joined. Obviously, played a few games and then he moved on. And then Cameron Jerome was there, and then obviously he shifted as well. But I still, with Cameron Jerome, I still keep in contact with now and again.
Still playing as well.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who's he playing for?
MK Dons.
MK Dons.
Oh, is he still playing?
Yeah,
still causing havoc. He's still causing havoc.
He would do. He's a handful. He's a handful in his day. I mean, he's he scores goals. When he's on it, he scores goals. He's hit and miss really. Sometimes he can have the worst game, and then there's no in between with Cammy. There's no in between. It's not. It won't be a game where he will just kind of get through. It's either he has a worldie or he has a stinker.
Yeah. Interesting question from Craig Courtney. Whose fans were better, Coventry's or Birmingham's?
Oh, you put him on the spot then.
Have they got any?
You put him on the spot. All right, I'll tell you what. No, I'm going to be totally honest. They're different in the sense of Birmingham fans are more aggressive.
Yep.
They're more like, you won't get Coventry fans going to Millwall and just taking the piss. Can I swear? Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Don't worry.
I'll cut that out.
Sorry about that.
I'll cut that out.
Sorry. I'll sort out the fine if there is one.
No.
But no, with Coventry fans, it's more. They're both family orientated, but St Andrews is got a bit more aggression, a bit more oomph behind their support, whereas Coventry are a bit more subtle. The family suites and that are a lot more comfy. The stadium's a bit more comfy. The light blue is a little bit more cozy. Whereas if you go to St Andrews, it's wooden seats, and this is. We just want to see you give 110%. And both fans were brilliant with me, so I can't really say who's my favourite, but they had different kind of aspects to them.
Good answer. Good answer.
And what was it like?
I used to work at Coventry Stadium. Marlon was always a gent. Time for the fans and staff. Spot on. Keep right on. Yes, Paul.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, Nick. I was just going to ask, what was the camaraderie like amongst that sort of in the squads that you was in at Blues? And have you got any funny stories you can tell us? Any good pranks or anything like that you can remember?
I don't know about prank. Yeah, there's always banter flying about. But what I do remember was Ravel Morrison. We played Brighton away. Was it Brighton away? I think it was Brighton away. I can't remember. It was a down south team. Not sure if it was Brighton or Portsmouth who played away, and he didn't make the team. And he was sitting next to me talking to me, and then the next minute I got a text to say he's on the train. So, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to Manchester for the weekend. I said, have you told the gaffer? He says, no. I said, Rav, get your ass back here, mate. You're going to get it done a couple of weeks' wages. So he managed to turn around and sneak back in the stadium. He's great lad, but very misunderstood. Unbelievable ability. He is probably the most natural, gifted player I've ever played with.
Yeah.
And it's not just me saying that. If you see Rio talk about him, Alex Ferguson,
and Rooney, yeah.
He is, and it's, as we come back to the mental side of maybe his background or whatever's going on off the field that affected him, because it's slight margins. You've got to know when to switch it on and switch it off. Yeah. And if you haven't got the right people around you and your circle's not tight, and I say this to the youngsters as well, I always say this when people ask me, you've got to know, and there's a difference between being a Ravel Morrison or a Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes knew he was the teacher's pet because it's easy to manage. He's in bed 8-9 o'clock and he'd done the right things. So talent doesn't always outweigh success. It won't guarantee you that, you know, and Rav's a prime story of that, and he's trying to get his life together. He's doing really well at the moment. But yeah, there's loads of pranks, people cutting holes in socks, brand new trainers. So you might have a brand new white pair of trainers. Someone will put a Nike tick on one side and an Adidas tick on another. You know, just stupid football banter. And some people you could approach and do it to, some you couldn't. So
yeah.
Well,
we've got
Ziggy weren't really into the banter.
Can't beat it.
Yeah,
we've got Joe Butler
and his trainers, there wouldn't be enough ink for the size of his trainers. I think the marker would have run out.
Yeah.
Nick.
Joe, you got any questions for Marlon yourself, mate?
Mr. Joe.
There you go, mate, sorry.
You got any questions for Marlon yourself?
Not just really saying what everyone else is saying, really, about how great it was when he was playing for us. I remember that pink kit myself, and how, you know, playing Millwall. Did you say Millwall away, was it?
Yeah.
I remember that quite vividly myself. And just those times, you know, like someone just said then, you know, it wasn't a chore to go down. It was enjoyable. We knew what to expect.
Yeah.
Whereas now you just taking it game by game. But I think the passion of football was different then as well. Whereas nowadays it's very technical. You know, it wasn't. You know, you liked a dogfight. You liked the fans to get behind you. Whereas now it's just all about the technical ability that players have got. And I think that's ruining football, to be honest.
Are you
it's a very different game.
No, because I do a lot of stuff with the Moors, so I can't have a season ticket at the minute. So I'm always at the home games at the Moors. So
tell us a bit more about what you do at the Moors, Joe.
Yeah, so I do a lot of voluntary work, really, but I do paid work as well. I'm the lead coach of the Down syndrome organisation at Moors. I work with Sand United, who our dads who have lost babies at birth. So I'm a manager of their team. But I think Moors are a great team to watch, really. You know, they've only been going for how many years now? And I think a community-based team led by Darryl, the chairman, who tried to buy Blues, actually, when Peter Panny was in charge. I think Darryl's a great bloke. He concentrates on the community first rather than just the first team, and I think it's a very community-based club, and I think they really deserve to be in the Football League now, to be honest, with the effort that he's putting in.
Great.
And I class them as our little brothers, Solihull Moors. You know, there's loads of connections there, isn't there? With Bealey there, and Darren Carter and Stephen Gleeson, etc. You know, Kevin Paul there as well. Joe.
Say again.
Kevin Paul there as well, goalkeeper coach.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I thought he was. Yeah. Well, he played for us as well, didn't he? Yeah.
And then we mustn't forget Blues women, Paul, as well.
Yeah. Blues women play there as well, obviously. Yeah.
And obviously Mitch Hancock as well. So.
And Mitch Hancock.
Is Mitch down there? Is he?
Well.
Yeah.
He's a great lad. He was Birmingham through and through. I remember him making his debut. He scored it. I remember he scoring his first goal. He was just, you know, he was buzzing. His whole family were there, and you know, he's just he would have died for the shirt, man.
He's full doors.
Brilliant lad.
Yeah, a local lad as well. Big local lad.
Local, yeah.
Yeah, big local lad. Yeah, Shane Goff wants to know, Marlon, is that a double door in the background, or is it the biggest TV screen he's ever seen?
That's the patio doors.
I am glad.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have something that big, to be honest. Give me eyesight in.
It does look a nice house apartment. It does look beautiful.
Marlon, how long you been over there now?
Been over here 6 years.
6 years.
But I try and get back to the UK at least two times a year. But obviously, that was pre-COVID. So now it's the whole world's spun upside down. So just take one day at a time.
So have you got family over here?
Brown loves your house and wants you to swap.
Yeah, just get back to. Have you got family still over here, Marlon?
Yeah. My mum, my dad, everyone really. Came out here with my kids. My mother-in-law and father-in-law are out here in Zambia. They retired out here. It's just a slower pace. Just beautiful weather all year round, very peaceful. And it's just, at the beginning when I first went, there was a lot of eyebrows being raised. Like, you can move out to Africa, but to be fair, everyone's trying to do what I'm doing now. It's. Is it safe?
Is it safe?
Yeah, crime rate is very, very, very low.
Right.
And great opportunities, man. Sometimes we believe UK is a safety net, but it's not really. Obviously it gives us our NHS, which is really important, and medical side of stuff. But for me personally, I wanted more than just waking up in the cold and dark, and I just wanted a different challenge, So I loved it. I was coming here while I was playing, and my wife's just been harping on about, what a great kind of childhood she had. So for our kids, they go private school, which is English curriculum, Cambridge. So it's the same. And then the timeline as well, we'll be next month, we'll only be an hour ahead of the UK. So it wasn't really a drastic change. It's not like going to the States and you're 6 to 9 hours behind. Here, we're only a couple hours ahead. So everything's in sync with the UK by the weather. Kind of thing,
Do you get to watch? Do you get to watch many?
Hang on.
Sorry.
Go on, Nick.
Mark, off you go, dude.
No, sorry, Nick. I was just going to say quickly, Marlon, do you get to watch many Blues games?
I try and catch highlights. I see things pop up on my Instagram. To be honest, I watch football when I can. I really, really try and not make it a passion of mine to follow football. I do when I can, but I'm just enjoying life, man. I'm just living life. Life's bigger than football, I really enjoyed it. It gave me a great chance in life. But for me, I'm on my next chapter now. I've got different projects going on, watching my kids grow, and just really enjoying my family. Just enjoying my time, trouble free, which is nice. And, just investing for their future.
Yeah, three quick fire questions from me, Marlon. Who was your favourite player as a kid growing up? Who was the team you supported as a kid? And who had the biggest influence on your football career?
Okay. Right. Question one. Ian Wright, an Arsenal fan. He only lived maybe 2 minutes from me.
Oh yeah, you told us Arsenal. Sorry, you told us you was an Arsenal fan. Sorry.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Ian Wright. As I said, I saw his kind of path where he had to go through the non-league route, then to Palace, and obviously to smash it at Arsenal. So he kind of made me fall in love with Arsenal at that time. Him and Kevin Campbell, Alan Smith, him as a striker, the way he used to just score goals for fun. He really influenced me to want to be a striker. So we was down a local community, and he would pull up and come and sit and chill with us and stuff like that. So, but influence on my career, I'd say my uncle, my dad. My uncle's got a PhD and an MBE in sports science, and he and my dad they used to do community stuff where we'll raise some money and then they'll take the kids to like competitions in Holland, Belgium, France. So we, as young kids, we're going out getting tracksuits with our initials on it, and we was just estate kids, and they showed us they made us fall in love with football,
And how good is Ian Wright as a pundit, by the way, as well? He's fantastic, isn't he, on the telly?
Yeah, he says it how it is. I mean, he's not as harsh as Roy Keane, but
I love Roy Keane as well. I think Roy Keane's great as well in his own way.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing, isn't it? Because
it's different.
As you said, guys, you got to think like he don't know any other way to put it, because when it comes up 7 Premier League titles, how do you question what the man's saying? And this is a mentality thing, because when you come back, if you come back just to my time and the other guys like Curtis Davis and Chrissy Burke, and we were expected to beat teams like Norwich, the Millwalls. We like Birmingham had that aura where we, not a lot of teams could come and take the mick. We weren't just going to turn up and hope for points. Like we were Birmingham. That was the mindset, especially when I was playing with the rest of the lads. And as you said, it all becomes a mindset. You've got to build that up. It's you got to gain that respect by just letting teams know, listen, this is our house, and you're gonna have to really graft to get some points.
Yeah.
Just had news in Steve Cottrell is back in hospital suffering from COVID pneumonia. Thanks to Steve Portman for that bit of information. I'm sure wishes Steve Cottrell well. Get well soon, buddy, and keep right on, my friend.
We need to say condolences as well to Glenn. Glenn that died. Glenn Roder died, didn't he? Earlier this.
God, that's crazy, man. What an age!
So
no
young,
age.
so young.
Younger than you.
Right.
No one's younger than me.
This is what I was saying about. I know you guys were like, a lot of people expect me to just watch football, but I'm just trying to do things I've never done before.
Yeah.
Because we don't appreciate how short life is until, and it seems to me that these fatalities are getting closer to home. I don't know what you guys think, but it's
scary.
You hear it on the news, and it's like someone that you're not really in touch with, and then it's getting close. Oh, okay. I used to like Papa Diop. One minute you train with him, and he was the nicest bloke going, and the next minute, my old teammate Luton Shelton for Jamaica. He was only 35. He died a couple of weeks ago, and it's. For me, I'm just trying to enjoy and fit as much in as possible, because you never know when it comes knocking.
Right, a personal question, right?
Yeah.
Has having kids made a difference to your life?
Yeah, especially now that they're older and they understand.
How old are they?
My oldest is 16, 13, and 11. So now they understand the dynamics of who dad is, what dad done, what he achieved, what he went through. So I get posed a lot of questions. So when
Mark, you're actually a very intelligent guy, talking to you. How come you fell off the rails? And I think a couple of people have already sort of asked that question. And we ain't judging you. We're not judging you. Like you said before the show, everybody's got to pass one thing and another. So what was your story? Because Ricky's going to write in a book about it, isn't he, Chris?
Yeah.
How
do you look back on that now? How do you look back on that now?
You know what? I try and turn a negative into a positive narrative. So speaking about it, not only is it therapeutic for myself, because I think that was my issue. I held a lot of things in, and if you saw a lot of my goal celebrations, they were quite not angry, but football was a release for me. So. I always say this, and I'll say this to youngsters: when you feel comfortable, find yourself something to make yourself uncomfortable. So when you're uncomfortable, you're comfortable. I don't know if that kind of makes sense, but I always found myself in trouble when I felt like I made it.
Right.
When you lose the hunger, and I had this, I was the kid at school that saw the big "don't press" on the fire alarm button. I was the one that were like, oh, if I touch it, what would happen?
Guilty as charged.
I'm the same.
Yeah. So, and I don't condone anything I've done, but I openly speak about it and say, I had a self-destructive personality. When it was going swimmingly smooth for me, it didn't feel natural to me, because I came from a broken home. I came up quite the hard way. And it wasn't a thing where we could show emotion, because you were seen as weak where I was from. So you had to carry a lot of emotions, and I kind of released it in the wrong way and alcohol as well. Not like I was an alcoholic, but it didn't agree with me at times. So
Do you drink now?
Growth.
Do you drink now?
Do you drink now?
On the weekend, glass of red wine. I know my limits, and that's what it's not. It's about knowing yourself and understanding who you are before you can get other people to accept you. So I think a lot of people, even I ask myself, how did I get myself in that position? And then, after a while, you carry this stigma and then you become a target. So there's certain times I shouldn't have got in trouble, but, oh no, that's that guy, so we're going to make an example of him. So there's a bit of a balance of both, but I do look at it and I think to myself, well, if any of my kids want to get in trouble, I can always tell them exactly what it's like. I can also tell them what it's like to play at the top and be successful. So I look at it as I can give them the balance and the advice of both worlds.
Do your kids know about your past and that? Like, do you talk to them freely about what happened and so forth?
Yeah, 100%. Because at the end of the day, if I hide it from my kids, then what relationship do I have with them? One, and two, they're smart enough and wise enough, and they're totally different characters to me. My son's not interested in football; he's more interested in building stuff, computers. My daughter's an A-level student. So I've tried not to let anything negative rub off on them, and they grew up different, totally different from me. Totally different, and they got a chance. So
money's not the answer though to growing up properly, is it? I mean, I was one of 9 kids growing up in the 60s. And like you say, none of us is perfect, mate. We were taught manners.
100%.
We were taught how to respect people. And I think that's a great asset, and we've lost that. And I blame my generation for it, to be honest with you, right? Because we then had the 1980s. We had nothing in the 60s. The 70s was the winter of discontent. With, your Blue Peter would go off as soon as you got home, and all your electric would go off. We lived on candles, for Christ's sake. And then come the 80s, when we were all affluent, and we just gave. They're having everything I never had. And now that's going down another generation. It's to hear stories like yours and to hear you talk like the way you do him, I'm sure you are inspiring other people out there tonight.
100%.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, just to say, Marlon, there's nothing but good comments coming up. So,
well, Craig Courtney, really honest from Marlon. Ultimate respect for that. Did I live in his shoes? That's Nigel Man. Mother of it. Gaynor Robinson, Marlon, you're such an honest and genuine guy. Oh man, there's loads of them coming in.
I can vouch for the fact that you never grow up till you have kids as well. I wouldn't even say I grew up properly until I had a child.
It changes it.
Completely. Definitely. And I always say to my little girl, you don't win or lose, you win or learn. And I say stuff like that to her. You win or learn, and practice makes permanent. I say, not perfect as well, because nobody's perfect. So things like that. That she takes.
It's never a loss, always a lesson.
Yeah,
never a loss, always a lesson. So
it it's all about growth. Can you?
Yeah, it's about growth. It's all about growth. As I said, they say life starts at 40, and it's like, for me, I'm in such a happy space, and you wouldn't. And as I said, like if you flip it, there's a lot of my peers that are really going through it, that had great successful careers, never been in trouble, but just didn't mentally know how to deal with life without things being done for them. So because the whole focus was on football, and it creeps up, so quick that it's like a plane in the air with no wheels. So it's all right while it's flying, but when it runs out of fuel and it wants to land, and that's what a lot of players are going through now. And it's great that social media, I see, is a pro in the sense of people can now speak to people with a familiar situation, because it can be a very lonesome place, because you think it's just you going through the same thing. You think it's just you that have had a bad background, and then you speak to maybe a fireman or somebody in a different field of work, and you find that they're going through as much as they might be in a police outfit or a a fireman suit, that they're actually going through it mentally, where they want to take their life. But now with things like social media, which should be used more than racial slurs and these trolls or whatever they call them. So I mean, look, they're just sad people. They need to get help themselves. If you've got time to go and type something negative about someone, you really got to question what you're doing with your life. But anyway, that's a good
story, Marlon. You mentioned social media there, and obviously you played through the generation with and without it. So was it a massive difference being a footballer without social media than with it, would you say?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of players, if you look at players like Paul Merson, can you imagine Gascoigne, his life being lived on Instagram? Maybe it could have been a savior, because a lot of players now are self-aware of their circumstances, what they can't do. Now, when you haven't got the cameras following you everywhere, you might want to take a risk a bit more. Yeah. So you'll see a lot of elder players that have gone through stuff, Tony Adams, whoever it is, that have taken risks, whether it be Rooney, drink driving, we're talking about England captain. Everybody goes through stuff, but now it's coming more pivotal in people's lives. Players are a bit more conscious about how people perceive. I mean, even when they talk, they got their hands over their mouth. I mean,
I don't get that.
I don't get that. Yeah.
But you say that, but now you've got voice, these interpreter people that go on social media that will lip read what you're saying and then put it on, and the next week's a story. Yeah. So it goes viral worldwide. So a player might lose a sponsorship with Nike that he's earning millions from just based on something he might have said. Yeah. So a tactic, it might be the gaffer switching up the formation. Just little where the signal can go out. Right, I've seen him. He said this. Clubs do hire these people to watch, to gain every little inch. I'm sure Man City have got eyes everywhere. Ferguson used to do that. He used to send people to nightclubs. He used to send normal people to nightclubs, hired people to nightclubs to watch what his players were doing, to get reports back.
Yeah. Coming back onto playing against us, Marlon, who would you say was your toughest opponent in a blue shirt when you played against us over the years?
Good question.
Kari. I'd say one. Kari. Stephen Carr.
Stephen Carr. Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it Kari? Yeah. No nonsense. Who else?
Michael Johnson?
Yeah. Who? Yeah,
Michael Johnson.
Who?
Jono.
Just give you then.
Jono,
yeah, Jono. He's a good lad, Jono. Dan.
Scott Dan, yeah. Martin Granger.
Martin Granger, yeah. He's a good lad as well. But I'd say Lee Carsley.
Yeah.
We had him on the other week, didn't we?
Great lads. He and I was at Cov with him as well as he was finishing, and then he took me to Sheffield United. So I'm not sure. Is he an assistant manager somewhere?
He's with the English. He's in the English setup.
The setup, isn't he? Yeah, because he couldn't talk too much about it, could he? Yeah.
Yeah. Should we do Marlon's 1 to 11 now? Should we do your 1 to 11 now?
Yeah, go on, then.
1 to 11. Yeah.
I'll just read out while we're just on the subject. I'll just read out a couple more of these comments.
Go on then, Nick. Love
Marlon. How honest and down to earth. What an inspirational guy. A lot of respect. Even an angel like me from Steve Portman has a past, Marlon. Had to change my path too. I'm open and honest with my kids. And Richard Clark, Marlon, such a great guy. I remember the opening training session at Blues. He was just about to sign my book before he had to go for the team photo. After the team photo, he came back to the exact same spot in the queue. What a man.
Appreciate it.
That's who we want. At the club.
Lovely.
That's what it's about.
So was this tough to do, Marlon, you 1 to 11? Picking an 11 from the players you played with for us?
Was it tough?
You're going to get me in trouble, man. When I saw that, I was like... I might have missed someone out where they're probably going to WhatsApp me or on Instagram.
They will.
So...
Go on, far away.
Let's have a look.
You're reading it out?
No, you're gonna.
No.
You're putting the pressure on me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
On you.
So
It's gonna come from your lips.
goalkeeper. I'm gonna go with Jack Butland. I think when he came into the team, he grew in stature, not just on the field, leadership wise as well. As he grew, he became more confident, and obviously he's gone on to have a decent career as well. Left back, I'm sure I put Kari.
Yeah.
Stephen Carr.
Stephen Carr left.
Your back foot. Oh, right back. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. That's my old age. Centre halves, I'm going to go with Curtis Davis and Stephen Caldwell. Just for their leadership skills, they were rocks at times. They will put their head anywhere, and I'm sure you Birmingham fans really enjoyed their time down there. Right back. What have I got? Left back. Sorry. Murphy.
David Murphy. Yeah.
Murph, great lad.
Don't worry. If you can't remember, tell me. I've got it here, so don't worry too much if you can't remember.
Yeah, no, I think I've got it. So midfield 4. I'm going old school 4-4-2 just so I can get the players that I need to get in.
We remember.
I'm going midfield. I'm going centre. I'm going to go, even though Papa Diop was there a short time, absolute monster in midfield. And he was a lovely guy, so I'm going to put him in there. He was just a man mountain. He was. God rest his soul.
He was fantastic for Portsmouth, wasn't he, as well, and Fulham, and great player, really good. Yeah,
even for his country as well. Next to him, I'm putting Machi, Jordan Much. I speak to on a regular basis. I'm going to put Machi because he could get a goal. And that's what I liked about him. He had a bit of flair about him and could take players on. I remember a game at West Ham away. I think we drew 3-3.
Remember that,
He dropped a step over him. He had that in his locker, Machi. On the right, I'm going... Actually, I'm going to put him on the left. Chrissy Burke. What a lad, what a player.
And his step over.
he should have been playing. I can't believe he ain't played in the Premier League. He's one of those players you're just like, how are you not? You see some player, how are you not? Or how have you not played in the Premier League? And on the other side, I'm putting Redders, my young little junior, who I keep telling him he's morphing into me. Bald head with a beard. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
But you know what? I get on him because when he had hair, he used to get on me about my hairline and I'm bald and I'm old. And I could see it getting lighter at the right. And I could see his wing backs overlapping. So I'm on him now all the time. And I speak to him about advice and tell him about investing his money smartly. And we discuss other things. Great kid, great family. And then up front, I'm going to go with Woody and Ziggy.
Yeah, good team.
I'm going to go with just Ziggy just being a pure nuisance and Woody through just his natural goal scoring.
Yeah, and captain?
Captain, I think I actually went with Curtis Davis.
Yeah.
Why I say that, even though Kari was, even Robbo, I even missed Robbo out of the team. I could have, with Caldwell and Robinson, I could have put both. It was, but I didn't play that long with Robbo. Robbo kind of came to the tail end of my Birmingham career, but great lad, and he would leave with blood on his shirt every game.
Yeah,
he just typifies the Midlands. He is, you know, and captain, I'm going with Kurtz. Why I say Kurtz? Kurtz is a calmer captain than Kari. You know what? With Kari, and I'm sure you can even ask. Sometimes he wouldn't like being captain. Kari's he's very, very zoned. He's a very, very zoned guy. And even though we take on responsibilities, there's other stuff to being a captain that he just didn't like. You know, he had that old man kind of slippers on, cigar. I'm a bit miserable kind of vibe to him. He just wanted to play golf, come in, do his job, lead by example. But with the armband, Kurtz enjoyed it. Davis Kurtz, he loved it. You know, go to meetings and he's just a calm presence. And then when he played, you know, he led with leadership. So
yeah,
that's my one too. Yeah,
really good team. Really good team. Shall we do the you, Chris? Should we follow that up with you?
Oh, right. Pardon? Okay.
So what we do now, Marlon, is we've got a recording of a player speaking that you've played with for us.
Yeah.
Okay. If you know who it is, this is for our viewers to try and get. But if you know who it is, tell us the first letter of his surname.
Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see if any of our viewers can get who it is.
Okay, stand by.
Right.
Here we go.
Yeah, we've had a good week's training. You know, we were disappointed to lose last weekend, especially with all the Ferrari going around. You know, the magnificent opening of the stadium and all the hard work that's done to open it up. You know, boys are disappointed not to put on a performance to get the win.
Bit of a northern accent.
Anybody?
Okay. I'm gonna say D.
No.
Wow.
Who did you think it was?
Who do you think it was?
I thought it was a bit of Colin Dole.
No.
I can't.
No.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
You're wrong, yeah. Have you any
Not why
idea?
don't get Craig Masters.
Joe, you any
Right,
idea?
flying in. We've got Adam Rooney, Checkendoy, Burke, Wade Elliott.
No.
Not them.
No.
Do you want to give it again, Chris, once more?
Yeah. Could I hear it again?
Yeah.
Once more.
Here we go.
Yeah, we've had a good week's training. You know, we were disappointed to lose last weekend, especially with all the Ferrari going around. You know, the magnificent opening of the stadium and all the hard work that's done to open it up. You know, boys are disappointed not to put on a performance to get the win.
Steve Jobs. Well done to Steve Jobs, because Steve Jobs.
Wade Elliott, Murphy. Steve Jobs has got it, has he?
Steve Jobs has got it, yeah. So Marlon, should we give Marlon another minute and see if he can get it?
Go on.
Yeah, someone's got it then.
Yeah, we've had a good week's training. You know, we were disappointed to lose last weekend, especially with all the Ferrari going around. You know, the magnificent opening of the stadium and all the hard work that's done to open it up. You know, boys are disappointed not to put on a performance to get the win.
You're not going to get it. You're not going to get that one.
You want me to tell you?
Go on.
Yeah.
No. Give him the first letter of the surname.
Do you want me to tell you, Marlon, yeah?
No.
No, go on. Give me a clue.
I'll give you a clue. First
Give him the first letter of the surname.
First letter of the surname is R.
Total bewilderment. No.
That's a tough one.
It is. It really is. It really
Peter Ramage.
Oh, never have guessed. Oh my God. You see, Pete, he's such a quiet guy. He didn't do much talking.
No.
So he wasn't very vocal in the
time
dressing
heard
room. Ramo, I can't believe it's him. I can't even remember playing with him.
Yeah.
That's how quiet he was.
Yeah.
Great lad.
That's the first time I've heard.
Yeah, that was a tough one to start with. Thanks, guys.
Was that
Did you
the
get
first
it,
time you've
Joe?
ever heard him speak?
No, I didn't get that one, mate. No.
No.
That was
Nor me.
That was
I don't
tough.
get it.
That
I
was
don't get
a tough
it
one.
any week, Joe, to be honest with you.
That's pretty useless. Yeah.
I'm awful at it, mate, honestly. Terrible.
It's funny, isn't it? Robert, we had Robbo on the other week, Marlon, and we had Wes Thomas for him, and he didn't get Wes Thomas either.
I don't think I would have got Wes. You've picked people that are very quiet in the change room.
Yeah. I'm
not
trying
very
to make
vocal.
it, I'm trying to make it a challenge. If I put Chris Hughton on or something, it'd just be over in 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's true. That was decent. That was good. I like that. I don't think you get me on another one though.
Oh, laying down the challenge there.
Yeah, we haven't got another one, have we, Chris?
No.
We haven't got any more. There's only one.
No.
All right, you done me.
No.
Stuff, good stuff. Yes, Ray's saying I think Marlon should join in with the last 15 minutes of the show. The last 15 minutes of the show is coming up in about 11 minutes' time. And we pick a subject. We pick a subject every week, yeah? And we word associate football with the subject. I've already got the subject in my head because it's always something to do with the interview that we've conducted, okay? So I've got that something in my head, right? So is yours a one or a two-story house?
It's 2 stories, like multi-levels.
It's all right. Somebody said they wanted to show you around your apartment earlier.
I've got enough time.
How far are you from the sea?
Well, we're riverfront, so maybe about 30 meters. We've got like our own personal lake.
All right.
Lake. Yeah, but
what's it called? The Mediterranean?
No, it's not that beautiful, mate.
Marlon, who was the best player? Who would you say was the best player you played with at Blues and in your whole career as well?
Difficult one.
Best player at Blues and I'll say for what he done for me, I'd say Berkey.
Yeah.
I'd say Chris Burke. We just had a relationship where, and we were going at it with each other with the assistant goals that season. You know, I think he got 14 goals and God knows how many assists. He came away with player of the season.
Yeah, it was brilliant, wasn't it?
He was just, you knew once you gave him the ball on the wing, get yourself in the box, but more 9 times out of 10, he's going to cut in and shoot on any foot.
Yeah.
And he was just a nightmare for defenders, just turning defenders inside and out.
Well, it's like the song, isn't it? That will tear you apart again.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, look, you had talented players that came through, but for him, in terms of being consistent, he was like that in training. So, you know, how he trained was how he played. Very, very dedicated athlete, great lad. And I was just speaking to him the other day. So now, what happened there? Sorry. Now, Instagram's reconnected with a lot of us, so we talk to each other on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, so, I'd say Berkey. Played with, once again, I have to, it's not like name dropping or picking the biggest name. I'm picking players that personally helped my career in terms of assist. And I have to say Ashley Young. You know, he's one of my best mates in football, and you know, his assists are just unbelievable. He knew where he was running, and you know, at 35, he's still, you know, at Inter Milan. So you know, it speaks for itself, really. So those are the two.
It's a good
right,
question.
okay. Questions still coming in. Martin Swinscoe wants to know if you've got crocodiles in your lake.
No crocodiles, only human, and probably human ones. They're the ones I have to watch out. No. I mean, fish. We've got tilapia fish, and it's pretty calm. It's you know, when everybody thinks.
Craig Courtney, who organises all our guest lists, and he's done an incredible job this last 12 months. Wants to know if you will ask Chris Burke to get in touch with us.
Yeah, no worries. I'll
Brilliant.
Yeah. He's a good lad, so I'll put in a good word for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you about the dodgy questions you asked. But...
Yeah, cool. Kevin Tomlinson wants to know what you thought when you heard "Keep Right On" for the first time.
Yeah, as I said, it's even something I use in my phrases now when I'm talking to Birmingham fans. I always make sure I put the KRO at the end of my sentence. It's just part of the whole establishment, isn't it? The Keep Right On song and the phrase. And this is something you associate Birmingham with.
Yeah.
Siobhan asked earlier, sorry Nick, Siobhan asked earlier, Marlon, if you could say something inspirational to the Blues team today, what would you say?
Keep right on. No, I mean, and I mean that in a sense of, because I was having a discussion with a Birmingham fan. They were discussing about a poster going outside the training ground. And I was just saying, look, you just got to keep digging in and stabilising and try and rebuild for next season. I know it's hard with what was going on with the board and whatnot, but you guys, I'm sure you've seen difficult times, and with COVID, I think it's even harder. So it's even more important to try and be as positive as possible, especially because these players, they're going home and now all they're doing is getting feedback from Instagram and social media. It's not like getting the fans. It's not like getting the fans' opinions at the game where you can feel like the fans are upset. It's kind of like, well, what is the atmosphere? Did we play well? Didn't we play well? And that, as I said, that mentally affects players. Sometimes all characters are different. Some wouldn't give a damn, like I wouldn't. you know, I'll be like, right, next game, dust myself off. Some players will look at their scores and their ratings, and that will affect them, you know. So just keep pushing. And I think the results, especially that QPR result, just shows even from coming from behind, they can do it. They can dig in and finish off strong.
Yeah.
Is that around your head?
Sorry, that's that.
What's that?
Is that a 5-foot mosquito buzzing on your head? I've seen you try to swat it 2 or 3 times.
No, it's probably I'm seeing if I've got any hair. Probably.
Joe, can I ask you, mate, Joe, who's your favourite ever player in your years?
Oh, what a question. It's probably a strange one, but I think he brought a bit of a spark to not my favourite player, but someone who brought a spark to the team when he first joined was Mauro Zarate.
Yeah.
I thought he was not my favourite player, but someone who brought spark to the team.
Yeah.
I'm more of a defender myself. Curtis Davis. I know Darren Carter's very good friends with Curtis as well.
Yeah.
On the Morse. David Murphy, I thought he was very underrated as a footballer.
He's a great player.
Yeah, great player.
Stephen Carr, I thought he was excellent. I think he was a leader. I just like players who were not technical, but are leaders. You know, I like players who lead a team. I thought getting rid of Morrison was a big mistake for Blues.
Spot on.
Morrison.
Yeah.
I just want to ask Marlon, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I thought Chris Hughton was probably one of the best managers at Blues, to be honest. And obviously, as a football coach myself, what was his best attribute as a manager? How would he get you going? Because he didn't have the biggest budgets himself. And what would you say his best attribute was as a manager?
One of the biggest attributes, Joe, is his man management skills. And it's you going into coaching and me being a player. It's very important that a player can get their head right before a game. And I had managers where you wouldn't know what the team was until you got into the change room on a Saturday. So, you know, and that has a negative effect right around the change room where you just lift up the board and reveal the team. Because then, you know, it's almost, you know, a negative start because players that were expected to play, because if you do 11v11 on a Friday, shuffle it around, and then everybody's buzzing around, looking forward to playing, and then you've got a bench that, you know, doesn't help you. So what he would do, he would pull me, say, Kingy, you know what, I'm going with Ziggy today because their centre-halves, you know, they're not that tall. So I want to play maybe Woody off of him or maybe Nath to use his pace to get in behind and then bring you on. You know, he'd actually speak you through his tactics. So his tactical knack was his attention to detail was brilliant. He wouldn't do overkill in terms of pattern of play. We'll change it around and do 11v11, but he would explain to us exactly why we weren't in the team. And for us on a Thursday or a few days before the game, we can mentally prepare, get behind the boys and go, right, because I already know I'm being dropped. So now I can like put myself in a position to give myself every opportunity to do well for the team. So that was one of his
and also Adam Rooney is at the Moles, doing quite well. He's obviously been struck with injury. What was he like as a strike partner?
Great lad, another goal scorer, and he knew when he came in, Chrissy explained to him, look, you're not going to be a starter. Yeah. I mean, I do want you here because we've got Europe, we've got FA Cup, Carling Cup, you know, we've got the league, which, you know, the championship is very, very aggressive in terms of games. I will need you to stay. And he had a chance to go out on loan. And he was like, no. And then it so happens, I got injured and he got his opportunity. He got to make a name for himself, scored some great goals at Sheffield United and other clubs, and played a vital role. Millwall away when we caned them 6-1. Everyone played their role that season, you know, everyone.
Yeah.
Going back onto the Keep Right On song, Gloria Robinson says we will be playing Keep Right On at my mum's funeral on Wednesday. Gloria, you know that we are all with you in spirit and heart on Wednesday. I played it at my dad's funeral quite a few years ago, I'll certainly have it played at mine. And we just want you to know that everybody will be thinking of you on Wednesday, Bob. Never easy. Horrible times. Just like Marlon said earlier, it just brings it so close to home, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, we're into the last 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And the last 15 minutes this week. Oh, Paul's laughing already. Here we go, mate. It's smashing nicely on a Monday evening. Right, okay.
That's Trevor Francis.
No, it's not Trevor Francis.
Anything to do with the construction industry? The construction industry and football. I'm going to start you off with Digger Davis.
That'll be the only one anybody gets.
No, Chris,
the only one I can think of is Harry Crane.
Oh,
hey, that's a good one.
Hang on, that deserves that.
Don't forget, guys, this show goes out tomorrow night on Switch Radio all across Birmingham and the West Midlands. Is it what band is it, Paul? 107.5.
107.5.
Yeah, 107.5 Switch Radio tomorrow night, guys. You can listen to this in your cars. You don't have to sit in the house. Just go and sit in the car, listen to this all over again. And we give grateful thanks to our good friends at Switch for airing our shows every single week. And I believe we are the only football podcast team to go out on mainstream radio.
I think we are at the moment.
Great.
Yeah.
Great work.
That's
because we're brilliant.
What about Peter Lovensands?
Okay, we've got Alan Bucketley. Alan Bucketley.
That took a while.
Marlon King Tower. Krul and the gang, Krul. Paul Cement, instead of Paul Clement.
I think this is my favourite one so far. Of Steve Jobs. Oliver Skip.
That one.
Yeah. What about Brick?
I've lost it. We lost it there.
Ricky Otto.
Oh, Ricky.
Ricky Otto, yeah. Andy
Ricky.
Plot of chocolate. Every week we have a plot of chocolate, don't we? Every week. We've got Richie Trowell, Digger Davis, of course, Glenn Hodcarrier.
I like that one.
Michael San Jose. Pete Taylor, the subject this week is anything to do with the construction industry. Ricky Lambert, Glenn Hoddle, Alan Kerb, Ishley, David Craney, Nicky Buttress. And you thought there was only going to be one, Brownie. You thought there was only going to be one. These lot out here, mate, they are.
What about Kemar Roof?
Yeah.
Hey. How long did it take you to figure that one?
It's all up here.
We've got Scaffold Trafford, Karen Crane,
think about Portland. You see this stuff every day. Can you link any names to footballers?
Yeah. You know, my brain is frozen right now, guys. You're on a roll. Crap anyway.
I was going to ask Marlon. I was going to ask, have you got any of your old Blues sort of mementos around the house? Do you keep any shirts or?
Yeah, I've got all my shirts. I've got my European shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Cut in there.
Good stuff.
I think we've lost you.
Yeah.
We lost you for a minute.
Got ya.
Yeah, I got my hat trick shirt. I've got all the tops. Home, away.
Got more.
Brilliant.
Hold on, let me see. Let me dig out a few.
Go on, then.
Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on,
let's all go around Ricky's.
Except he's not called Ricky.
While you're on that, I'll read a few more out. We've got Brick Asabalonga, Ricky Otto, Ray Clement.
We're going on a tour.
Oh, look at this.
There you go. We're going on a Zambian tour.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Going on a Zambian tour.
So look, here's me original Arsenal shirt.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
1988.
Lovely.
Is that from the Carling Cup?
Wow.
Oh, look at that. Wow. You know what?
Remember him? Do you remember him?
Oh, George Ware, yeah.
Yeah, it's George Ware.
God, that's
Deco.
One of the best goals I've ever seen.
And then we had this up in the training ground.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, quality.
That's brilliant.
That was the Coventry game, kind of over a kick. But all of these my Birmingham shirts,
wow,
I'll have to dig them out because these have got to be framed.
Yeah. Oh my
One second, lads.
Is that why you built such a big house?
Hey?
Is that why you built such a big house?
Oh no, that's the wife.
That looks just like the house that I'll never have.
Hold on, what have I got here? Let's get some Birmingham tops out. What we got? We got this one here. What one is this? This is the
Oh yeah, that's the one.
This
That was from Lee Clark's first season. That was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that Lee Clark's first season?
Yeah, it was.
What one's this one here?
There you go.
Yeah, that's Chris Hughton's season. Yeah.
yeah.
I got that one as well.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
I've got a couple of yellow ones as well. What did we have? We had
They Jamaica ones.
Oh yeah, these are
You reggae boys ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
There's some fantastic shirts there, isn't there?
Hold on, what we got?
You weren't number 6, was you, Marlon? Is that upside down?
No, I was 6 because 9 was taken, so I had to
improvise.
I had to adjust to just compromise. Hold on. What?
Wow.
I've got loads of shirts. Hold on. Don't worry, the missus can fold these tomorrow.
Yeah. Give us something to do with it.
Marlon.
Yes, pal.
We raise a lot of money for local charities and PTSD for our soldiers that have returned from war zones and one thing or another. Is there any chance you could donate one and sign it for us?
Yeah, 100%. No worries.
You're a superstar.
Right.
Yeah,
I've even got. Look at the big man shirt. Look at the size of this.
You deserve a round of applause. Right, we're going back onto
Oh, look at that one. We'll have that one. Oh yeah.
He's oh yeah.
We'll have that one.
Oh yeah.
Keep online, Marlon, after the show finishes, and Chris will give you his address. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. I'll get one sent out to you.
Yeah, just speak to Craig.
Hold on, let me turn this around. Hold on one sec.
Craig will sort that out.
I'll come and fetch it, Marlon. I don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll all come on the Tilton Talk bus.
We'll all come on it.
I've had to find enough space to put them all up.
Wow.
At my house in England, I've got a load more.
Your missus could always build an extension for you, kid. Okay, back onto the construction industry. Kemar Roof, Ashley Bowles, Spade Elliott. That's my favourite at the minute.
Spade Elliott.
Love that.
All Tate, Nicola Diggaditch.
That's a good one. I like that.
4-3 on aggregate. Oh, that is brilliant, Steve. Oh, Steve Job, that is brilliant. Stan Ladder eases. Steve Stone. Steve Bulldozer. Oh, golly. Planning Permission Atkins. I didn't get that one. Mark Sparky Hughes. Oh, dear. Mark Draper Tools. Christoph Dig Harry. Drill Merrick. Oh, God.
Drill Merrick.
These are brilliant. Oh, Jerry Drill. Oh,
you picked a good topic. The construction one's a good one, I think.
That's a good one.
We've never done that one before, mate. And this has been really funny. Frank Scroogeroo.
I'm struggling now. I can't think of it.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
We've got Dong Wrench, Oberpenny Mar Tinsulation. Where does Pete Taylor get his brain from? Oh dear. Oh, golly.
Billy Sharp's
Oh, that's a good. I like what he's done here. He's took Bob the Builder, Nigel Mann. He's gone, can we zig it? Yes, we can.
Ian Black and Decker, Chris Plummer, Billy Sharp Sander.
I like that one. I do. Billy Sharp.
Oh my God. You know what? I honestly, I'm like you, Chris. I think these are going to get harder and harder every week. They just
get better, don't they?
It's as though they're waiting. They're waiting, aren't they? They're waiting for you to give them the go.
And then the floodgates open there.
Oh, dear me. This has me crying every Monday, I promise you.
But you're working on a project at the moment, Marlon. You on a site tomorrow, are you, or for the rest of the week? Or
Yeah. No, I've got a few. yeah, a few bits and bobs scattered around, but mostly just sending my machines down to the mines and stuff. So big mining companies, they hire my equipment and doing long-term contracts.
5 minutes to go, guys. Huddersfield away tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, quick.
Score predictions. Chris Brown.
I'm going for, I keep saying it, 4-0.
Joe.
2-1 Blues.
2-1. Mark.
0-0. Individual.
1-0 Blues.
Marlon.
Same 1-0 Blues.
1-0 Blues. I'm going to go 3-1 Blues. 3-1. Huh?
Yeah.
Anything will do. Anything will do as long as we win.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm laughing.
Yeah. 2-0 from Craig Courtney. 2-0. Jonathan Lego. I don't get that one. Lego.
Lego.
Jonathan Lego.
Here we go. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. You ready for this, Chris? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Dealey had a builder.
I think that's the best one, to be honest.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's the best one.
That for me is the winner.
I quite like this one as well. Mikel for sale.
Oh,
yeah, clever one.
These people are much too intelligent to be on this show.
I just honestly, I don't know where they get this from, because like it would take me weeks to think of that.
I've got one.
Oh, go on.
Oh.
Stern job.
Oh, we got Super Kevin Phillips screwdriver.
I think that's got to be the winner. Come on.
Oh, my favourite, honestly, is. Oh.
Go on, say it without wetting yourself.
Dealey had a builder. I think that is brilliant. That is absolutely
that's
brilliant.
the best one by far. By far, that's the best one.
Daily one, yeah.
Oh.
Excellent.
Chris Rowe, you own the week. You get nothing for it, mate, but you own the week. Loads of predictions coming in. 3-1 Blues from Gaynor. I want to thank Linda Magna for what she's done for me this week. She knows what she's done. I know what she's done. Nobody else knows what she's done. It doesn't really matter, but she's done something special. I'll let you know what it is next week, right? But I can't speak right now, if you know what I mean. Linda Magna, you're a star. Thank you.
I need to thank Linda Magna as well for sending stars as well, which lots of people can do.
Yes,
they can all send stars during the show as well.
Oh man, that was.
All goes to
I never thought that one would crack me up, Chris. I'll be honest with you. That was proper dumb the end. Oh dear. Well, it's about 1.5 minutes to 9. We thank Boyle Sports, our principal sponsors of not only this show, but also Birmingham City Football Club, the Garrison Coffee Company, SAS Autos, and Bawdsey Labour Club. We raise money for PTSD.
And Blues Trust.
And Blues Trust, beg your pardon. My friends at Blues Trust. We raise money for PTSD, lots of local charities, Birmingham Homeless. We're doing Jeff Horsfield, Paul Devlin's Annie Fund, and several others. And if you've got a need out there, ladies and gents, let us know, because we're here to help. We are a community, we're a family, and we will certainly be with that lady at her mum's funeral on Wednesday. And if she lets us know what time it is, we can all sing our own private little keep right on at the moment. Set your clocks, set your alarms, and then we'll all sing along with you. This, as tonight, been an absolute eye-opener, because I was thinking to myself this afternoon, okay, all right, we're going to talk to Marlon King for an hour and a half. What are we going to talk about? Yeah, we know all the normal things and the normal stuff, but the inspiration, Marlon, that you've given people out here tonight has been quality, and I mean that, absolute quality. And nobody judges you for your past, right? Nobody judges you for your past, but everybody wants to thank you, certainly from myself tonight, and I know the team. And look at this great show, great episode, great show, blah blah blah. It's just coming out, BCFC community, and the talk that you gave us a little bit earlier, partway through the show, has made an impression on me. I'm sure it's made an impression on a lot of other people as well. And it's been an inspiration talking to you tonight, Marlon. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Marlon King. Thank you very much. And Marlon, keep right on.
100%. I'll get that shirt out to you. No problem.
Yeah, don't go off there. Don't go off there just yet till after the show, dude.
Just for 1 minute, just stay behind and
we'll catch your addresses. Cool. Ladies and gents, this has been the Tilton Talk Show. Monday night, another hour and a half's gone absolutely steaming past. Grateful thanks to Paul Hipkiss.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good night, all.
Massive thanks to Joe on our fan cam tonight.
Thank you very much, everyone.
And of course, the one and only Mark Adams.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week.
Mrs. Brown. And myself, good night. And the last words from Marlon King, ladies and gents. Marlon King.
Yep, stay safe, everybody. It's been brilliant. Great work you guys are doing. Keep right on. Great result for tomorrow.
Superb, mate. Nice one. Fantastic. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.